How do we sell like a pro? How do we sell in tranches? What's up mga ka-investa? Tomatrader back with another video. And in this video, I just want to answer something or address something that a lot of newbies may have, difficulties with. And for me personally, syempre, I also struggled with this specific topic when especially when I was 4 to 6 to 8 months in the stock market. It was something that I was trying to learn. It took a while and you really learned it from experience. But hopefully, through this video, makambag ako sa journey ninyo. Right? And the topic I'm going to be talking about today is selling in tranches. Diba? So yung word na tranches, diba? Whether it's buying or selling, that's something you learn when you've been in the markets for a couple of months. Diba? And today I'm going to focus on selling. So how do we sell like a pro? How do we sell in tranches? So ayaw na kayo mabitin pa sa napakahabang ko intro. So without further ado, let's get to the charts. So now what we're going to be focusing on is selling in tranches as mentioned. And for the newbies out there, what I want to teach you guys is the sell half rule. Diba? So this is something I learned from Mark Minervini, diba? One of the greatest traders and investors of our lifetime. And if you haven't read his books, I highly recommend you do. It's Trade Like a Stock Market Wizard, Think and Trade Like a Champion, and Momentum Masters. And in his first book, the thing I learned when it comes to selling, or I don't know if it was the first or the second, pero isa sa mga tinuro niya is the concept of selling half. Kasi baka kung baguhan ka pa lang sa market, akala mo pag magbebenta ka na, kailangan mo ibenta lahat. Pag tumama sa TP mo, sige, bigay tayo ng random stock. Ano ba yung malakas ngayon kunyari? Kunyari si nickel. Ito, nagka-big move, di ba? Ano ba? So, kunyari, let's say, yan, binili mo, tas ito TP mo. Ito, di ba? Dating support, and resistance. Tapos parang required na pag nag-set ka ng TP, di ba? Where do we set our target profits? I made a video on this before. So hanapin nyo na lang sa YouTube channel namin. You set your TP at previous resistance levels, di ba? And baka akala na lahat, kapag tumama na sa resistance, kailangan mo na ibenta lahat. Well, that's not necessarily true. Why? Because we don't know. Well, in the case of nickel, hindi pa naman nangyari. But we don't know if aangat pa siya after that. Diba? So, if binenta mo lahat dito sa resistance at 370, ganun, paano pag mag-4? Paano pag mag-5? Hindi naiwan ka na. Diba? So, that's the problem solved by learning how to sell half or sell in tranches. Diba? Ito yung pinaka-basic, selling 50% of your position. So, why do we do this? Diba? Why don't we sell 25%? Why don't we sell 60%, 33%, 70%? Well, pwede naman. It's really up to you. If you want to sell 25%, 4 times, or meaning, if you have 100,000 shares, benta ka muna 25,000 shares, yun, it's 25%. If you have 100,000 shares and you're selling 50% or selling half, you sell 50,000 shares, diba? So, bakit, 50, but sell half yung rule na sabi ni Mark Minervini? It's because it's a psychological win either way. Because remember, when you're trading, one of the most important things you need to protect is your confidence. Diba? So now, let me give you an example. Let's say, to explain bakit nga ba sell half why selling half is a win-win psychological deal. So, here's dito. I'll give you 2 scenarios. Sige. Let's say you just want to trade dito, yung basic lang, diba? Parang bibenta mo sa resistance. Well, sige. So, let's say you bought it here. Kaya lang, nabili mo sa bottom, di ba? Genius ka. And then, basic lang, you sold it, di ba? Let's not think na nangyari na yun. You just sold it at resistance, di ba? Major structure resistance. You sold 68%. Imagine if you sold all, tapos umangat pa siya ng ganyan. So, umangat pa siya after you sold ng almost 80%. So, parang ito na miss out mo. You got a 60% gain but you missed out on 200%. So, you missed out on mga 140%. So, nakaka-bad trip yun. So, now, if you sell half, diba, you're able to, number one, lock in gains. And someone might say na, but hawakan ko na lang, diba? Well, here's the thing. Sometimes, you might want, sabi ni Mark Minervini, he wants to hear the cash register ring. Parang gusto niya, he's able to lock in profits. Why? Because you never really know if it's gonna go down. So now, bakit ka hindi mababad trip dapat kapag umangat siya kahit nagbenta? Kasi because you sold half. So now, you can say oh, thank God, I was able to hold on to half of the position. So now, at least, you were able to na kumita ng 200% on 50% of the position. The other 50% dito sa 70%. Right? So, kunin mo na lang yung mean nyo, yung average, diba? Para sa average percentage gain mo. That's really the logic into it. Diba? Because we never really know when a top might happen. Diba? This was a viable resistance area. Diba? Very significant. We wouldn't know if mag-breakout siya or mag-breakdown. And given na ang baba na average mo, and let's say ito yung una mong plano, so you can sell half here. And hold the remaining half and see kung kung kaya ba niya mag-bigger move. And nangyari nga. So dapat honestly di kayo mabad trip. Kasi hindi naman tayo magikero na malaman natin na hanggang 8 pesos pa pala to si dito. 'Di ba? So let me give you another example. Let's say you bought dito at the breakout right here. Now, where would you set your take profit? Let's say you were going for a bigger move talaga. 'Di ba? So, saan ba talaga yung inaantay ng mga tao si dito kung saan pwede? 8 pesos. Right? Sa may area na yan, yun yung pinaka-significant na resistance siya. Kahit di nga yung pinakatuktok kasi ito psych levels, as multi-year resistance din yan. So, let's say, you waited for dito to break out of its super big basing pattern right here. And then, di ba, yung target profit mo, you just set it. You bought it there. You didn't know how long it may take to reach 8, but you just set your target profit at 8. Diba? So now, diba? Now na you were able to sell at 8, say you were able to sell half, so may tuk-tuk, tas bumaba. Diba? So wag ka ma-bad trip, wag mo sabi. Kasi again, we wouldn't really know when the top would happen. So now, let's say you were able to sell 50% of your position here, and then you held half for a bigger move. But the problem is, hindi tumuloy, nagkabuhusan. What can you say after that? You can say, thank God I sold half. But at least this way, you were able to lock in 50% of the gain. So again, wag ka mabad trip na, sana binenta ko na lahat. The problem with saying things like that is, it's all hindsight. You're just regretting your decision. Now, paano pag binenta mo lahat sa 8, tas nag-20 pa pala? Example lang right? So, parang lalo ka lang bad trip. So, we really can't, or let's say, sa case na to, di ba? Let's say yan, kanina tumama sa TP mo, di ba? Let's say hindi ka nagbenta, tapos bumagsak, edi sabi mo, ano ba yan? Sana binenta ko na kahit kalahati man lang. So, it's really depends on your mindset when you approach to selling as well. The reason why I like selling half is because I can say what Mark Minervini says. If I sell it, tas umangat, I can say, thank God I held half. And if I sold it 50%, tas bumaba, I can say, thank God I held on, I was able to sell half. Right? So it's really your mindset. Kung bad trip ka, that's on you. But for me personally, this is what helped me just believing na it's not about selling at the top. It's about selling at a price higher than you bought it and selling strategically. Diba? Kasi when your account grows, let's say, account mo 100k to 500k, hindi ka naman nag-all in, tapos hindi naman super illiquid yung stock, madali lang magbenta. Kaya mo magbenta ng isang go lang. Parang benta mo lahat ng shares mo. Or 500,000 worth of dito, benta mo. 100,000 pesos worth of dito, benta mo. Madali lang. Hindi mo naman mapapagalaw yung presyo. But the problem is, if you're holding a big account, let's say you have, just for example, let's say 2 million shares of dito. For example lang. Hindi mo yan mabibenta ng isang tuk or 5 million shares. Hindi mo yan mabibenta ng isang click lang. You have to learn how to sell in tranches. So, when you learn the sell half rule or selling in tranches, you're actually training yourself to learn how to be able to handle bigger accounts. Because when you're able to scale your portfolio, you won't be able to sell just one go, especially in mga illiquid stocks or medyo speculative. So blue chips, baka pwede. But when it comes to other place, kasi dito highly traded at the time. But let's say for example, sa other place lang na na hindi super liquid, let's say 10M, 15M value traded, hindi mo naman siya may benta kagad. So, we need to learn how to sell in tranches. So, what's another example? Let's say, here's a personal, ano ba? Ano ba magandang stock? Well, syempre, andyan ito for example, recent lang. So, actually, I'm shooting this video, kaka-close on the market. Let's say, we have MRC. Diba? It's actually just the same thing. So, plot natin mga resistance points natin. So, I would plot this and this as my resistance points yun. Suabe. Right? So, if I were to buy it at the breakout of this area, yan na yung sell half ko, di ba? So, kung ako lang mag-trade, I would sell half at that area. Bakit? Alaki na ng gain yan eh, di ba? 36%. Can it go to 100%? Why not? I don't know. It can go up as much as it wants. But the thing for me is, I just want to protect my gain. I want to be able to sell half. Kasi sometimes din, yung mga ibang tao kapag ang laki ng posisyon na hawak, umangat na malaki, nangangati na magbenta eh. And the problem is, people tend to sell everything. And then when it goes up more, nababad trip, sana hinawakan na lang. And that's really the advantage of selling in tranches. You may not have your whole position, but at least you have a portion of it, di ba? And you're still making money on that. So yan, sell half, very basic, sell half. And then, what I would do is, di ba, what else can you do? No, nakabenta ka ng kalahati, you can sell half again. So, kung 100k shares mo, nagbenta ka 50k shares, you can sell half again, meaning you can sell 25k shares here. Or pwede mo na ibenta lahat. Nasa yun na yan. So, it's really, diskarte lang yan. Or what you could do is, hindi naman kailangan, natanggal. Balik natin. Hindi naman kailangan take profit. Pwede mo rin i-trend follow. So, let's say you want to use EMA 20, just for sake of example. Ay, di lumabas. Labas lang natin yung EMA. So, maybe you want to use EMA 20. So, wait. Kasi gusto ko lang gamitin yung settings ko. Yung kulay red. Okay. So, let's say, nagbenta ka ng kalahati. Sa 0.3750, what can you do? Pwede ka rin mag-trail stop. So, EMA 20, pwede. Pero since medyo di gumagalaw, let's say, mabilis na kang trader, pwedeng EMA 9, kunyari, yan. So, bibenta mo yung remaining half kapag nag-close below EMA 9. Pero sige, masyadong short term, EMA 20 na. So, pwedeng ganun. But for example, sa dito, let's say, in the same example, nagbenta ng kalahati dito, then trail ka na, ng EMA 20. So, you're still in the position because you have 50% of it pa, right? Kasi hindi pa siya nag-close below EMA 20. So, pwede ganun. Sell 50% at your TP and then sell 50% at your trail stop. Kaya ikaw na bahala dyan kung anong ginagamit mong trail stop. Pero this is just an example. So, let me use another one. Ano ba maganda example? Personal example. Let's say, this is Zoom. How did I trade Zoom before? So, si Zoom, I also sold in tranches. It was pretty basic. So, I was looking at this, di ba? Continuation pattern. And then, nag-break out. Di ba? So, dito ako bumili. Then, nawakan ko lang. And then, nagkaroon ng malaking gap up. So, bakit siya nag-gap up? It's because of earnings. Sa US market kasi, when it's earnings seasons, a lot of big moves can happen. So, pag good earnings, pwede siya gumap up na malaki. Pag bad earnings, pwede siya mag-gap down ng malaki din. So, luckily si Zoom, umangat siya sobra, di ba? So, in mga 8-9 days, less than 10 days, I was able to make 74%. So, now, what was my approach here? So, sabi ko, nag-gap up na malaki. I want to sell half. At least into strength. Meaning, I want to sell habang madali pa. Laki na inangat, nag-gap up. I just want to hear the cash registering. I just want to take some profit. So, actually, nakabenta ako sa tuktok. Akala ko nga, aangat pa eh. Nakabenta ako 470 ata. So, 480 yung tuktok at the time. And then sabi ko, when it goes below 400, yan yung trail stop ko. So, pwedeng ganyan. Pwedeng price-based. Pwedeng indicator-based. Diba? Pwedeng price structure-based. So, ako sabi ko, wag na ditong below sa candle na to. I wanna go, gusto ko talaga, sell half kapag nag-below 400. Bakit? Kasi psych level whole number 400. And nangyari nga. So, dito, nagbenta na ako exactly at 400. May trail stop ako dyan. So, I was able to sell half of the position, 72% gain, and the other half is at, mga 46%. Kung i-even mo out yun, siguro kinita ko mga 55, 58, 60, ganyan. So, i-compute nyo lang pag gusto nyo. Diba? And then eventually, umangat pa siya, tas mas mataas na inabot. So, another thing we need to know about selling is, it's an art. It's something na there's no replicable pattern na boom, makakabenta ka sa tutok or boom, ma-maximize mo lahat ng profits. You wouldn't really know. But in this case, followed my plan, which is good. I followed my plan. Eventually, umangat siya. Di na ako naka-buyback. So I'm waiting for, may continuation pattern. But at the end of the day, guys, when it comes to selling, and so I'm sure na-gets na ng karamihan niya, yung selling half rule, madali lang naman siya intindihin So, selling in tranches is really something, to summarize, right? We all need to learn. something we all need to master, because as we scale our account, as we grow our account through the months, through the years, if you grow it from 6 digits to 7 digits, and it's something I learned then from Berio, from JC, from my mentors, diba? Na when you have a bigger account, hindi lang basta-basta makakabenta isang go. Magbebenta talaga in tranches on the way up, right? So, hopefully, makatulong to sa mga hirap pa magbenta. Remember, selling half is a psychological win-win. Diba? If you sell 50%, tas umangat pa siya, you can say, thank God, I held on to half. If you sold 50%, tas bumagsak siya, you can say, thank God, I sold half. Pero if ikaw yung tao na sabihin, sana hinawakan ko na lahat, o sana binenta ko na lahat, then, sorry, baka hindi makaambag tong video. But again, it's all about mindset and execution. And remember, the goal is not to sell at the top. You may be able to do that, but it may be hard to do it on a consistent basis unless you have some super complicated strategy, diba? But for me, I'm not really looking to sell at the top. I'm just looking to sell at the right logical areas, diba? And my goal is just to make money and maximize the trend, maximize the trade, and follow my plan. So hopefully to the newbies out there, maybe even to the intermediate traders who watch this video, nakatulong to, nakaprovide na value. Diba? And yun, if you guys have any questions, leave it down below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hi everyone, if you like this video, please don't forget to like and comment down below. And for more stock market and trading lessons, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to receive notifications.